Good morning, early one to start the day. So we have ATHX happening at the gym. So Alicia and ATHX are doing a collab. It's like a simulation day, pretty similar to what we ran for ATHX. So that kicks off at 7:15 for just to organise things. It is 5 to 6 and 5 minutes from the gym. So this is going to be a short workout, so I need to make sure the quality is high in this. So the plan is the plan now is I'm going to make this like a kind of awakener session before the next session. So I'm going to do 15 minutes on the bike, about 160 to 190 watts, just easy. And then it's going to be a progressive 30-minute run. First 10 minutes at 3:45. Then I'm going to progress by 3 to 5 seconds every rep. The goal is not to make this extremely hard. It's more like a awakener for session 2, where I'll start to push the paces slightly. I'll move towards like kind of threshold 2, which is around about that like 325 to 335 mark. Just because of time constraints this morning, but I best get the best out of the session. So kind of making this more aerobic. Heart rate should stay like pretty stable. Probably won't go above 165. That'll be like the very, very maximum by the end of the 30 minutes, I'd imagine, at those paces. So rather than killing myself this morning, wake my body up. Then later on it's going to be a tough session. I'll push paces, make it a double run. I've stopped double running as much as I used to. Used to double run quite a lot, but in my experience being a hybrid athlete, it's kind of hard to manage and other things start to take a hit. I feel like there's only maybe like a selected few people who can double run a good few times throughout the week, but for me, 1 or 2 days per week, very, very max 2 days per week now, I'll double run hard, that is. Double running in easy days is fine, good way to build it up as well, probably safer. I've made my mistakes, I built the volume up too high, I just love, not too high, I built the volume up too fast, too high, too fast. And mistakes are there to be made, and then that's how you learn. I love being a guinea pig, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and then as I go out of ATHX, I can start to use everything that I've learned, all the tools that I've learned, and pass them on to people that I'll be coaching. One other thing, if I don't have time for the warm-up, that day just has to be, or that session has to become an easy session, aerobic easy, because I think the warm-up's so important, and in the past that's where I went wrong, rushing the warm-up, just trying to get into the workout, whereas now I like to spend that 15-20 minutes warming up properly. You could warm up in 10 minutes realistically if you don't have the time. Most days, like most people won't, but if you've got the time, spend that extra couple of minutes ironing stuff out and just priming your body, getting it ready to work, and then it's a bit safer. At least you know you've tried, done a bit of prehab before you start. Just in time. Got young Thomas, he's the prodigy. Then we've got young Nathan, the moustache guy. So ATHX is done. 20-minute warm up on the bike, and then we've got a solid high rocks workout. Ready? It's going to be in between doubles and singles. Fast, 25 seconds rest, 120 metres. Focusing on form, that's what I'm focusing on. I'll try and hit, I usually race between 144 and 147. So I'll probably try and go 138 to 142. Kinda in there, so it's hard but efficient. Right. The thought process for that was the echo bike's always tough. It's one of the only exercises that just spikes my heart rate, and then it's all about trying to compose yourself when the heart rate's up. So that's kind of what high rocks is. Spikes the heart rate, and then you need to control it. And then the run a bit faster than the pace you're going to be running at, just because it's only 80 seconds. So, and then by that point you're already fatigued before you go into sled push. So that's the thought process there. Kind of fatigue yourself and then try and be consistent every time you get on the sled. And then the 4-minute run to finish straight after your last set, that's just basically putting you under pressure. So allowing your body to go into the threshold and just sit there rather than going any slower. So when you're using treadmills, it's quite good because it's controlled. Rather when you're outside, you'll kind of be up or down. It's hard to control it, especially if you're like me and running isn't your background. So that's why I like the treadmills. They're a good tool for anybody. And then we went right back in. Row, puppy broad jumps were a shock to the system. 80 seconds felt like 3 minutes. I was just trying to cover 3.5 lengths every time. And then sled pull, I was trying to cover like almost 2 lengths. I was just shy of that each round. And then again back into the 4-minute run threshold. So it's basically about teaching your body to go back into that threshold. Always sit there, because that's what you need to do. It's like the same power output every single round. So that's why you should always have like a set distance, even if you're working for time like that. Have a set distance and try and stick to that every single time, because that's all high rocks is. Repeated power outputs every single time. And then the last section, 10 by 120 on the ski, and that's just efficiency work, like I said. You're trying to focus on like more power rather than like your normal race pace work. Oh, so that's it, done. What a day, some day. Enjoyed that. First ATHX event we've ever ran at Elation. Had 2 quality workouts in there as well. First one was more run focused. The second one was kind of more station focused with some runs in between it. Trying to basically get your body to adapt back at threshold while being under load and slightly, well, very compromised. But I feel like that's been a solid day. Busy. It's now 7 o'clock, so we're going to get dinner, close it down for the night, and hopefully I'll get this out tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.